Hi, this is Jason Everett with Assignment 3.3, titled I've Done Something You Haven't Done. And I would like to change the title to Something I've Done That I Hope You Haven't Done. My story really starts in the summer of 1988 with the first day of summer vacation between my sophomore and freshman year in high school. We had just gotten done with driver's education and decided to go for a swim at the river. We all piled into the back of a pickup and got to the river and raced down to see who could be the first one in the water. Well, I was the first one in the water, but I also hit the edge of the drop-off and ended up breaking my neck in the whole process. Somehow I flipped over on my back and actually started yelling for help, and someone came in and grabbed me up out of the water and knew exactly what to do. They had grabbed my head and put tennis shoes next to my head and wrapped my head in a towel until the emergency personnel could get there. So I have a couple pictures here to show my hospital experience through that. The first one I show here was a picture of me in traction. I was in traction with 20 pounds pulling on my head for the first 7 days that I was there. I was completely paralyzed except for my fingers. I could move my left hand a little bit. My fourth vertebrae was completely shattered, and my third and fifth were dislocated. I was in what they call a traction bed, which they kind of sandwich you and flip you over every 4 hours. I had to have, here's a picture of my mom feeding me. I had a great view of the river where I had broken my neck there out the window. I had lots and lots of visitors. This was one of my friends from high school who came to visit. Fifth vertebrae with bone from my hip. And so here's the day after that, and they put me in a halo brace. About 7 days or so after that, I was up in a wheelchair. I could get a little bit of mobility, but that took an extreme amount of work to just even get up out of bed and into a wheelchair. After about 2 weeks, we started standing up, and I started the process of relearning how to walk. Here is the nurses, pretty ecstatic about me being able to take my first few steps without a walker or a cane or anything like that. After my intensive care experience and my first forays into walking, they moved me down into a rehab unit. And this is the view I had from my window in the rehab. It was a billboard that says, "Use your feet to see how deep." So how fitting was that? I did get to come home after about a month and a half in the hospital, and we had a little welcoming party. And here's a last picture is of my brother who got to come home from the Navy. He was stationed in the Mediterranean on an aircraft carrier, and so he got the opportunity to come visit me while I was in the hospital. So that's my story of something that I've done that I hope you haven't done. Have a great night.